Let's talk about the biggest energy leak that witches and neurospicy business owners fall into. Wasting time on ideas that were never meant to be ours in the first place. And I say that with love because, babe, I have done this more times than I can count. I have built entire mini empires in my head that I never actually executed because the vibe wasn't right, the energy was off, or I was just knee deep in imposter syndrome, pretending I needed just one more course. And you know what all of that overthinking cost me? Money, momentum, confidence, and a ridiculous amount of time that I will never get back. I used to be chronically indecisive in business, especially before I merged the magic with the strategy. Back in my I can absolutely be a confidence coach without the witchy shit era, I spent a whole year signing up to freebies. Actually, I think it was longer than a year, but I was doing the freebies. I was watching the webinars. I was half-arsing rather expensive courses and convincing myself this was prep. Okay, do the one more thing and I will be there. And it wasn't prep. It was procrastination in a fancy fucking cloak. I blamed time. I blamed teaching. I blamed travel. I blamed grief. I blamed my motherfucking inner imposter. But really, I just didn't trust myself to make a decision and back it. I could teach feral teenagers how to take action in life, which wasn't on the curriculum, by the way, but I couldn't do it for myself. I could backpack across Central America, but apparently launching a coaching offer was just too much. And I could plan a full wedding in 3 months on a strict deadline after my mum got diagnosed with cancer. But choosing an offer price, that was too scary. Like, what the fuck? You know what? This is the exact energy that your audience is drowning in too. And this is why we reach for the tarot when we're overwhelmed. Not because we're clueless, but because we need clarity to cut through the mental noise. I do have a simple, because that's the very much the operative word here, 3-card spread that I do teach inside the Boss Witch Tarot School for instant decision clarity. So number 1, is this aligned with where I'm actually going? Number 2, what energy will this take from me? And number 3, is the potential reward worth that energy right now? And this spread stopped me chasing random ideas during my I'm just a confidence coach era. It's the spread that I pulled when I started shedding 150 pounds and realizing that my energy was currency. And it's even the spread that I used the week that I came out of the broom closet in my business, when I finally admitted to myself that I couldn't keep the magic and the coaching separate anymore. And honestly, it's the spread that stopped me starting another massive project right before emigrating to the US. Your girl has learned her lesson, mostly. Sometimes. Okay, once. The thing is, most witches don't make bad decisions. They just make blurred ones. They are not wrong per se, just without clarity. And let's face it, vague as fuck. Vague questions lead to vague cards. Vague cards lead to vague actions. And vague actions, they're going to lead to burnout, inconsistency, and why is nothing working spirals. So the common mistakes that I see constantly: pulling multiple cards because you didn't like the first answer. Asking vague ass questions like what's coming instead of what's aligned for me right now. Reading from fear instead of honesty, and ignoring your energy levels. I'm looking at you, witch, with your full moon die on a hill energy. Okay, when you tighten the question, the right path appears. One of the biggest clarity moments I ever had was after the roller coaster incident. You remember that one? I got dragged off a ride I loved for my safety, well, because I was too fat, and I was mortified. I was crying and I was absolutely done with pretending that my life was fine. That moment of nope, something has to change wasn't just physical. It hit every part of my business too. And I was like, if I can do this, I can stop bullshitting myself in business. So I pulled cards that night in our Airbnb in Orlando, not for guidance, but for clarity. And every card basically screamed, stop fucking half-assing your magic. Step into who you are. That roller coaster and that reading changed everything for me. And it's what led to me merging my witchcraft and coaching and being able to do this from my soul. And that's why Boss Witch Tarot School even exists. Clarity creates action, and action creates money, and money loves speed, just letting you know. Indecision costs witches real cash, not metaphorically, literally. Every day that you sit in maybe, every hour that you're second guessing, every time you start something and abandon it, you lose money that you could have made from clear decisions taken with aligned energy. And that is why I teach tarot as a strategic tool in business, not a woo-woo guessing game. It's really not there to predict your future. It can speed up your decisions. It cuts out overwhelm. It cuts the shit out. And it stops you hiding behind planning. And it gives you a way back to yourself when your brain is trying to take a vacay to the towns of Procrastinationville and Overwhelm Centre. Even if someone hasn't been through any of the reinventions, any grief, weight loss, wedding chaos, or emigrating across the world, they have felt this. The moment that you stare at your laptop, knowing that you need to do the thing, but instead you reorganize your notes. You organize your Google Drive, you make a prettier Canva graphic, you research something completely fucking irrelevant, or convince yourself you just need one more certification before you're ready. Everyone knows what it's like to avoid the very thing that leads to growth because it's fucking scary. Tarot cuts through that avoidance. And if you want to use tarot the way that I do, for clarity, timing, alignment, and money, not for spiraling, go and grab the lunar cash flow rituals below. It pairs beautifully with the spread that I spoke about earlier because timing is half the magic and it's free. If this landed, hit like, drop a comment and subscribe. It helps me know that you want more of this magic. And it genuinely helps me reach the witches who need this, like you.